What is money? Money is one of humanity's most important inventions, yet most of us rarely stop to consider what makes it work or fail. In the Bitcoin standard, the decentralized alternative to central banking, economist Saifedean Ammous offers a groundbreaking exploration of money's history and presents Bitcoin as the ultimate evolution in monetary systems. His argument? That Bitcoin is not just a new form of money, but a solution to the flaws in the systems we've relied on for centuries. Let's dive into Ammous' ideas and explore why Bitcoin matters. Part 1. The Evolution of Money. 1. Barter and the Problem of Efficiency. To understand Bitcoin, we first need to understand money itself. Ammous begins by taking us back to the days before money existed, when people relied on barter to trade goods and services. Imagine you're a farmer with a surplus of apples, but you need fish. You meet a fisherman, but he doesn't want apples. He wants bread. This is called the double coincidence of wants, and it made trading inefficient and cumbersome. Barter worked, but it was slow and unreliable. Societies needed a universal medium of exchange, something everyone valued and could easily trade. 2. Early money, from shells to gold. Over time, societies discovered items like shells, beads, and eventually metals could serve as money. But why did gold emerge as the ultimate form of money? Ammous explains that gold had 5 essential qualities. 1. Durability. Gold doesn't rust or decay. 2. Portability. It's easy to transport relative to its value. 3. Divisibility. It can be broken into smaller units without losing value. 4. Scarcity. It's hard to find, so its supply remains limited. 5. Recognizability. Everyone agreed gold was valuable. Visual. Each quality is represented visually, with gold coins shining brightly on a scale labeled sound money. Gold became the backbone of economies for centuries, serving as what Ammous calls sound money, money that holds its value over time and isn't easily manipulated. 3. Paper money, convenience with a catch. Gold had one major drawback. Carrying it around was risky and inconvenient. To solve this, banks began issuing paper notes backed by gold. These notes were essentially IOUs that promised the holder an equivalent amount of gold stored in the bank's vault. It made trade easier and more secure, at least in theory. But in 1971, governments led by the United States abandoned the gold standard. This meant money was no longer tied to a physical asset. Instead, it became fiat money, currency backed only by the promise of the government. According to Ammous, this shift marked the beginning of many problems. Part 2. The problems with fiat money. 1. Inflation, the silent thief. One of the key criticisms Ammous raises about fiat money is inflation. When central banks print more money to stimulate the economy or fund government programs, they dilute the value of every existing unit of currency. It's like adding water to soup. There's more of it, but it's less satisfying. Inflation erodes purchasing power and punishes savers. This system discourages long-term planning and pushes people toward debt and consumption. Ammous argues that fiat money, with its unlimited supply, is fundamentally unsound. 2. Central banking, too much power. Another issue is central banking itself. With fiat money, central banks have immense power to manipulate the money supply and interest rates. While this can stabilize economies in the short term, it often leads to financial bubbles and crises in the long term. Ammous believes that these interventions distort the natural balance of markets and create systemic risks. Part 3. Enter Bitcoin. 1. Bitcoin's birth in crisis. Bitcoin was born in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis, a direct response to the failures of fiat money and centralized banking. Its creator, the pseudonymous Satoshi Nakamoto, designed Bitcoin as a decentralized alternative to traditional money built on a revolutionary technology called blockchain. 2. What is the blockchain? Ammous describes the blockchain as the backbone of Bitcoin, a transparent, immutable ledger that records every transaction. Think of it as a giant digital notebook, shared by thousands of computers worldwide. Every time someone sends Bitcoin, the network verifies and updates the ledger. This process ensures that no one can cheat or double spend. This decentralized system removes the need for trust in banks or governments. Instead, Bitcoin relies on mathematics and transparency to maintain security. 3. Bitcoin's unique qualities. Bitcoin has many of the qualities that made gold successful as money, but it also solves gold's shortcomings. It's durable. Stored digitally, it doesn't degrade. It's portable. You can send it across the globe in seconds. It's divisible, down to 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin, called a Satoshi. And most importantly, it's scarce. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. This fixed supply makes it immune to inflation. Visual. The number 21 million is etched into a digital stone tablet, symbolizing its immutability. 4. Real-world impacts of Bitcoin. 1. Financial freedom. One of Bitcoin's most significant impacts is providing financial freedom. In countries like Venezuela and Zimbabwe, where fiat currencies have collapsed due to hyperinflation, Bitcoin offers a way to preserve wealth. It's censorship-resistant and accessible to anyone with an internet connection. 2. Empowering the unbanked. Bitcoin also empowers the 1.7 billion people worldwide who don't have access to traditional banking. With Bitcoin, they can participate in the global economy without needing a bank account. 3. Energy use and sustainability. Critics often point to Bitcoin's energy use, but Ammous argues that this criticism is misplaced. Bitcoin mining incentivizes the use of cheap, renewable energy, and its energy consumption is transparent, unlike the hidden costs of traditional banking and gold mining. It's the cost of securing a decentralized global financial system. Part 5. The philosophical case for Bitcoin. 1. From easy money to sound money. Ammous makes a powerful philosophical case for Bitcoin. Fiat money promotes short-term thinking and reckless spending. Bitcoin, as sound money, encourages saving, long-term planning, and economic stability. It's like planting seeds today for a better tomorrow. 2. A new economic paradigm. By removing intermediaries and barriers, Bitcoin creates a fairer financial system. It's not just a new kind of money, it's a new way of thinking about money and value. Conclusion. A new standard. In the Bitcoin standard, Saifedean Ammous presents Bitcoin not as a passing trend, but as the future of money, a tool to restore sound economic principles and financial independence. The choice is ours. Will we embrace this new standard? The story of Bitcoin is still being written. Are you ready to be part of it?